Hello everyone, welcome to another amazing day of FileMaker training at fmtraining.tv. My name is Margaret. I am here with Miles Debsky and Panos Marikos, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, from LiveCode. We are here on our day 5 of our LiveCode extravaganza, and we are discussing today Google Marketplace and all of the wonderful, wonderful things you'll run into as you're trying to submit your applications to Google so you can actually, have them on the App Store. Real quick, we do stream on 3 platforms. We stream on YouTube, we stream on Discord, and we stream on Twitch. We are live. Please talk to us. We love questions. I will take any questions you guys ask and forward them to the presenters. It's great to have like an interactive, talkative community, so please do that. We would greatly appreciate it. Otherwise, today is going to be a very fun day. Real quick, I'm going to cover what's going to happen over the next week and a half-ish. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so Day 6 is going to discuss app maintenance and app updates. Day 7 is going to iOS testing and basically LCFM versus FM Pro or the SDK. So if you're curious, like, should I use, if I have the option for FM Go, should I use LCFM? That'll be a fun discussion. Wednesday is going to be answering questions about Mac runtime. Day 9 is covering customer testimonials. And Day 10 is kind of an open Q&A. If you've got a question, or like a personal, like, I want to use LCFM to do this. Can I do that? That'll be the day for you. Real quick, to support the live stream, we would greatly appreciate it if you would buy our amazing subscription. One of them comes with FileMaker, one does not. It's 100 plus hours of really high energy video content. Richard presents them. He is a very, very dynamic entertainer. And it is, instead of like our long, 1 hour kind of meandering conversations, it is 10 to 15 minutes or 20 minutes, occasionally bursts of information that is highly animated. We discuss pretty much everything. FM server, FM Go, WebDirect, all that jazz. If you want to know about it, we talk about it. Panos, who are you? What do you do with LiveCode? No, we've heard that before, but we like to recap. And what are we talking about today?
Hello, everyone. So I am Panos. I am a developer at LiveCode. And in this session, we will discuss how to submit your Android app, the one which you created with the LiveCode for FM tool, how to submit this Android app to the Google Play Store. So let me share my screen. So a very high-level description of the whole process is that you first have to sign up for a Google developer account. Then you have to go to the Google Play Store developer console and create the app listing. And finally, you have to go to the tool and create the Android app bundle and then submit it. Now, each one of these 3 main steps has several sub-steps, which we are going to see just now. So I keep forgetting the exact link, so I'm going to copy-paste it. As I said, the first step is to sign up for a Google developer account. So you can just visit that link and then choose your Google account if you have more than one, and then enter these details: developer name, secondary contact email address, and your phone number. Then you have to agree to the terms of service, and you also have to pay a one-off fee of $25. So I have already a developer account, so I'm not going to proceed with these steps, but it's quite straightforward. You just have to follow the instructions, pay the fee, and maybe they will ask you to verify your identity somehow. So yeah, you can just follow the instructions. That's quite straightforward. The next step is to create the actual app listing. So if you visit this link, this is the Google Play Developer Console. I have several apps here. If it is your first time, you'll have no apps at all. So you click here, Create App, and you have to enter the app details, some basic details such as the name. For example, here, let's say RCC Data Collector V2. The default language, I have chosen English. Is it an app or a game? This is an app. This is a free app. There are several ways to monetize your app. For example, you could choose paid app here, or you could follow the more widespread model, which is the so-called freemium model, which means the app itself is free, but you can pay for some additional content if you want, and this comes with the form of in-app purchases. So there's the option to add in-app purchases to your app, and this is you are going to provide some additional content only to users who are willing to pay for it. This could be either a one-off payment for this additional content or additional features, or you could have them in the form of subscription, which means that users have to pay on a weekly or on a monthly basis to have access to this extra content or extra features. Currently, we do not support in-app purchasing on the LiveCode for FM tool, but it is in our future plans. So if you're interested about this, you could drop us an email at support@livecode.com if you wish to expedite this process. So yeah, let's go back to filling the app details. So we said that this will be a free app. Declarations, you have to confirm that you agree to the developer program policies and accept US export laws. Let me move this out of the way. And then you click that button to create the app. The app listing, in fact. And now, at the top right, you see the current app. And there are a lot of other information which you have to provide. These are different sections, and each section has several fields to fill with info. For example, this one says start testing now. You also have the option to skip all the parts where you have to provide metadata, such as screenshots, icons, more info for your app, a brief description for your app. You can just skip them for now and submit the actual binaries for internal testing. We're not going to do that now. We're going to follow the usual flow, which is first to set up the app listing, provide all the necessary info and metadata, and then we're going to submit the actual binary. So I'm going to go to this section, set up your app. And if you click here at the drop down, you can see the steps which you have to complete in order to go to the next section. So here it says, let us know about the content of your app. App access. You have to choose between these two options. In this case, all functionality is available without special access. Save. If you're unsure about something, you don't need to worry, because you will have the chance to modify these answers later before submitting the final build. Another section is about ads. No, this app does not contain any ads. Save and then go back. We have completed these two sections. The third one is about content rating. Here is a questionnaire which we have to answer, and what's that? Email address. Okay, let me fill in my email address here. Category. You can choose the category of your app. Our app is probably productivity app. And as I said, don't worry if you're unsure about something, you can always change it later. Nope, this app does not contain any violent material, no sexual material or nudity, no offensive language, no reference to illegal drugs or such. Promotion. Does the app focus on promoting items that are typically age restricted? No. Does the app natively allow users to interact or exchange content with other users through voice communication? I would say no. No. Does the app allow users to purchase digital goods? No, because we don't support in-app purchasing as yet. No. No, it's not a web browser or a search engine. Save. Next. Okay. And here are the suggested ratings depending on the country, based on the answers that we provided. Okay. Submit. Okay, and if we do any changes in our app that may affect these previous answers, we can always start a new questionnaire and update our answers. So we go back to the dashboard, and okay, we have also completed the content rating part, and this part is about the target audience. So some more questions which we have to answer. You must add a privacy policy if you target audiences children under the age of 13. I would say probably 18 or more. Okay, next. Could your store listing unintentionally appeal to children? I don't think so. Okay, save. And go back to the dashboard and continue with the other sections. Is your app a news app? No, it's not. Back to the dashboard. COVID-19 contact tracing and status apps. Whether your app is a COVID-19 contact tracing or status app, select all of the statements below that apply to your app. No, it's not. No, it's not. My app is not a publicly available COVID-19 contact tracing or status app. Okay. Back to the dashboard. Okay, we have completed all these subsections. Manage how your app is organized and presented. Select an app category and provide contact details. We said this is an app, not a game. Category, I think we have chosen productivity, probably. Tags, I can skip that for now, I guess. Phone number. Website. Let's put that. Advertise my app outside Google Play. Let's turn it off. Save. And now I want to go back to the dashboard. Okay, set up your store listing. Okay. App name, short description. I could just copy paste that here, or in fact, I'm not entirely sure, but I think that if the short description is exactly similar to the full description, your app may be rejected. So just let's make it slightly different. Graphics. Okay, so we have to provide some metadata here. App icon. There are some restrictions. You have to upload a PNG or a JPEG image, which should be exactly of this dimension, 512 by 512 pixels. So I already have my icons. Thanks, Miles, for that. Here it is.
Do you know off the top of your head, I think there's a site that you can make one and it kind of creates all the sizes you need?
Yes, I think there are several of such websites or third-party tools. I don't have in mind a particular one, but
Okay.
if you do a quick Google search, you will probably find a couple of them. Also, we have to provide a feature graphic, which again should be PNG or JPEG, again of specific dimensions. I have that as well. Here it is. You can also provide a video, a short video demonstration of your app, if you have any. But I think, yeah, this field is not a. This field is optional. Phone screenshots. Okay. Where's that? I think it's. Yeah. Phone. Okay. And I'm going to upload another one. In fact, I can just upload the same one twice because I didn't have time to make more screenshots from my phone. As I said, I can always update this later. So I'm just going to use the same screenshot just to get past that screen. You must also submit screenshots from a 7-inch and a 10-inch tablet, but I'm going to upload the same screenshot from my phone, and probably I'm going to update it later. I don't think that the Play Store will complain about this now, so I'm going to save my changes and then go back to the dashboard. So the section that was after the Start Testing Now section is gone now because I have filled all the info. So now we see the section about releasing the app. Set up your closed test track. Okay, that's about the closed test track. There are several tracks where you could submit your app. You can find them here. So the main ones are the internal testing, where you can share your app with a limited number of internal testers, up to 100. There's the closed testing track, where I think that anyone who has the link can have access to your app. So you usually want to submit to this track just before releasing the app. Pre-release with testers that you control. No. What I just mentioned is in the open testing. Anyone who has the link can download your app. With the closed testing, again, you can control the testers And finally, you can submit to the production track, which means that once the app is reviewed and approved by the Play Store, it will become available to the public, and anyone can download your app. You don't have to submit your app first to one of the testing tracks. You can submit it straight to production, but you probably want to submit it to one of the testing tracks first. Anyway, let's go back to the dashboard to see if there's any other info which we have to provide. If I remember correctly, there was a section where I had to provide a privacy policy, I think, but I cannot find it now. Eventually, we will find it. Pre-registration. No, we don't want pre-registration. Publish your app on Google Play. Okay, I think for the purpose of this demo, I can just submit the app straight to production. So I'm going to skip the sections that require info about the testing tracks and just go to the production track. So select countries and regions. Select country. Add countries. I want the app to be available in all countries, so I'm going to add them all. Okay. This is for the open testing. Yeah, it is highlighted here. Okay. So let's go to production and choose countries for the production track. Again, I want to add all of them. Okay. And I think that probably we are ready to create the app bundle in the LiveCode for FM tool and submit it. In fact, I'm pretty sure we have forgotten something, but if you submit the binary and something is missing, they will let you know, so we can always complete it later. Okay, so let's go back to the tool and create our app bundle. I'm trying to remember if this was demonstrated yesterday, but I think it was not. So if you plan to distribute your app to the Play Store, you have to make sure that it is signed with a release certificate. If you just plan to share it with other testers or friends or colleagues, you can skip that step, and it will be signed with a debug certificate for being able to be installed on the other devices. But for submitting to the Play Store, you have to use a release certificate, not a debug one. And we are going to use the Android Studio to create this certificate. So I'm going to launch Android Studio. And then you can open any of your existing projects if you have any. Otherwise, you can just click on New Project and create a new empty project. So I'm going to open one of my existing ones. And then you have to go to Build. No, we have to wait a bit until this option is available, and this option will become available once the sample app fully loads. So let's wait a bit. Come on.
So just to reemphasize, if you're just going to testers, you don't have to do this part. This is just for going to production.
Yes.
Is that for any testers?
If you plan to distribute the app outside the Google Play Store, you don't need to do that.
Okay.
But if you're going to submit the app to the Play Store, even in the testing tracks of the Play Store, you still need a release certificate.
Okay.
Okay, so you go to the build option and then you choose generate signed bundle / APK. Then you can choose any of these two. It's of no importance. And then you have to click here, create a new key store. Here you choose the path where the .keystore file you want it to be saved. This is the certificate that you're going to use, the .keystore file. So you can give it a name and also provide password, an alias, a password for the key, for the private key itself, provide a name for the certificate. I will enter my own name, organization, LiveCode Ltd. And make sure that you write down this info, the password of the key store, the password of the key, and the alias of the key, because we're going to need these details. Okay, so if I go to my home folder, here it is. This is the release certificate that I just created, and we will use this to sign our app bundle, which we're going to submit to the Play Store. Let's go back to the tool and go to the project and go to deployment options. In fact, no, let's go back. I want to double check that it's the project that Ali had created yesterday, which has enabled the sync options. So let's go back. It's this one. Edit. Continue. I'm pretty sure this is it, but just want to be sure. I want to avoid submitting the wrong app. Yes, that's the one. Okay. Okay, and now it's time to edit my profile. Let's give an app ID and build number. We'll start by number 1. Okay. Yes, and in this part, you are going to provide the info about your release key store. So we are done. Okay, test and deploy. We are here, distribute your app, and we want to submit to a store. And make sure we have entered a valid app ID. And apart from the Google Play Store, you can submit your app to other app stores that have Android apps. For example, the Amazon App Store or the Samsung App Store, and these app stores require an APK to be submitted, not an Android app bundle. So we are interested in Google Play Store, so we want an Android app bundle. While once we submit the app, it will be in review status, and usually it takes 2 working days to have a response from the Play Store if your app is rejected or not. But for new apps, it can take a bit more. It can take up to 7 working days, probably. But if the app is simple, even if it's new, it might still take just a couple of working days.
If you submit and it fails, then are you basically back, like make your changes and then same process again, or is there a different, like just resubmit from somewhere else?
It's the same process, but you're just going to submit a new binary. You're not going to have to go through all the you don't have to go through the whole process again. You don't have to create a new app listing. The app listing remains the same, and you are going to do the changes that they are required. For example, if let me think of an example. There are 2 kinds of rejections. The first one is the rejection that happens automatically if the app bundle which you submit does not have the correct form. These are checks that are done automatically by a machine, so they just check some specific fields of the app bundle, and if they are incorrect, you get a description of the error. For example, if you noticed, I changed the version number to 1. If I submit this binary and I want to submit an update, and I forget to change the version number and leave it 1, I will get a rejection immediately saying that this version number has already been submitted. Please resubmit with a different version number. So in this case, I just have to go to the advanced settings, bump the version number and rebuild, and then resubmit. So this is the first type of rejection, which can happen automatically. The other type of rejection can happen when an actual human reviews your app, and maybe they notice, for example, that the icon which you have chosen is already used by another app. In that case, they will let you know that you have to use a different icon. So in that case, you just find a different icon, change the one you already use, and your app will be probably accepted. Okay, so we have finished building the app bundle. So let's go to Finder. Here it is. So we are going to submit this. So let's go back to the Play Store and go to the releases section. There are no releases so far, so click here to create a new release. Let's enter the details first. Release name. Let's call it first attempt. Oh no, let's say first draft. Well, it's not exactly a draft. Anyway, let's leave it. Release notes. I think the very first time you can just leave it empty because there are no actual release notes. Nothing has changed because nothing was there before. And here you can choose the app bundle which you just created. I think it's here. No, it's here. it takes a couple of minutes to upload the app bundle and to check it for possible issues. If we are lucky, it will pass the auto review, and we won't have to update anything.
That will be nice. We do.
There are a couple questions. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got 3 questions, so I'm going to 4 now. Cool. From the first one is from Aad and Oz. I have already submitted to Google Play using an APK. Can I update using AAB?
If you submitted the APK before the 2nd of August, if I remember correctly, but yeah, in fact, if you submitted an APK, then you definitely did this before the 2nd of August, because this was a deadline for using only the Android app bundle format. So yeah, I think that if you have already submitted an APK, I cannot think of any reason that. What happened? Good. I think that you will be good to submit an app bundle. There won't be any problems. I think now the Google Play Store only allows app bundles, even if you have already submitted APKs. But I haven't tried that, to be honest. You can just try it, and if the Google Play Store accepts an app bundle, they will let you know that you have to submit an app bundle. Okay, so we didn't get back any errors. That's a very good sign. Here is a brief description of the APK we submitted, and if you want more details, you can click here.
Okay, someone does want to know between the difference between AAD and APK apps again. So what are the explicit differences between those two?
Okay, in fact, both of them are different formats of the same app. The .abb format includes an APK. You can extract an APK from the ABB format, AAB, sorry. But you don't need to know the deep technical details. You only need to know that if you plan to submit to the Google Play Store, you need to choose AAB, .aab. If you plan to submit the app to other app stores, such as the Samsung App Store or the Amazon App Store, or if you just want to share the app outside of an app store by just emailing it to a friend or by just installing it to your devices via USB, then you need the APK format.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. And then we have another question. Where is it? Where'd it go? Oh, I guess that got answered for you, David Angel. Cool. Because he deleted it. If you are planning on creating many versions of the same app, each one designed to go to a specific FM solution, would you be better off distributing them outside the Play Store?
Well, it depends. I mean, each method of distribution has both advantages and disadvantages. If you choose to go through the Play Store, you will definitely reach more people and more easily, and you can also provide updates more easily. But you have to go through all this process of providing specific images, descriptions, providing privacy policies. You have to go through a lot of paperwork. On the contrary, if you distribute outside the Play Store, you just need an APK, and you can send the APK to the potential customer in any way. You can just put it in a USB and give him instructions on how to install it to their devices, or you can just email it to them, or there are other apps that allow you to put stuff on your phone. So yeah, each method of distribution has both advantages and disadvantages. It's up to you.
Awesome, thank you. We have one more last question for her, then I'll let you get back to it. Woody wants to know why you would not want to advertise your app outside of Google Play.
What do I want to know if I want to advertise the app outside the Play Store? Is that the question? Can you repeat?
Yeah, why would you not want to advertise your app outside of Google Play?
Ah,
I think it was one of the checkboxes earlier when we were going through all of the play requirements.
okay,
Yeah.
right, got it. To be honest, I haven't explored this option. I guess that it probably needs more paperwork, and for simplicity, I just chose to opt out. If we have time, we can just check this checkbox and see what else we are required, what info we are required to provide.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, and I'll let you get back to it.
Okay, so the app bundle seems fine. So we can just click Save and then Review Release. We got an error. Your app has an APK with version code 1 that requests the following permissions. App using these permissions, okay, are required to have a privacy policy set. Yeah, because I remember that somewhere we had to submit a privacy policy. Okay, and now the question is, where should we go to submit this privacy policy? Okay, let's see the menu here. Policy, okay, here it is. Okay, learn more. No, I don't want that. Maybe it's this one. Privacy policy. Okay. It is in the to-do list. Okay. Privacy policy URL. Okay. I'm going to grab the one from LiveCode, but you should have your own privacy policy. Okay. And paste this here. So you have to provide a document that would describe how you treat user data and what you do with this. So save. So hopefully, if now I go back to the production track and go to the releases. Okay, now if I try to resubmit the same app bundle, I will get a rejection. Can you guess why? Because the version number will be the same. So unless I click edit release instead of new release. I'm not sure if it will be accepted or not. Maybe if I remove this one first and try to resubmit it, since now I have already added the privacy policy. Just give it a couple of minutes to upload.
That's fine. I'm checking to make sure there aren't any more questions. So David Angel, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, the very first time you do that, you may feel frustrated by the whole process, but subsequently, if you want to submit an update, then it's quite straightforward. So yeah, don't be discouraged by all these steps which you have to take. Once you do that once, then you will see that it's not that bad. Okay.
Okay. David Angel has a question. Windows 11 uses Amazon Store for Android apps. Can you post the links for Play Store? Follow up. He showed the links to go to Google to developer to be added as a developer, and another link to submit request for the app in Google.
Sure. I'm going to show you the links, but okay, we got a rejection as I was afraid. Version 1 has already been used, so even though we did remove this app bundle with version code 1, for some reason we cannot submit an app bundle with the same version code. So in this case, we'll go back to our tool and go to edit deployment profile, go to Android, and where is the version number? In the general in the general tab. So the build number, we're going to change it to 2. Done, and then again build another app bundle. Okay, and while the app bundle is created, so the links that you wanted are here. Can I post them somewhere, or where can I post them? Or you can just, can you see? I guess you can see them. Is the screen resolution fine, or is it too small and you cannot see the letters? For this one, you can just Google Play Developer Console, and the first result is the one you want. And let's see how the tool goes. Still building. We have almost 8 minutes left. I think that's enough time for us to finish the submission and just wait for the review until Monday. Okay, open in Finder, and then I can just drop it here, and fingers crossed that it will be approved now. For anyone who is familiar with the iOS App Store, the process is more or less of the same. I mean, almost in all the app stores, you have to provide some info about the app, a brief description, screenshots, icons, and in the end, you submit the actual binary and you wait for it to be approved. That's a brief description of the whole process. So if anyone is familiar with Apple's App Store, the process is similar.
We have a useful comment on Twitch. We had someone ask about if you're planning on creating different versions of the same app, each one goes to a different FileMaker solution, would you be better off distributing them outside the Play Store? And then another user responded and said, if the app is identical, but you just want it pointing at different servers for different users, you could have an initial server which has a mapping from user ID to server address. So then you can use PSauce to fetch the appropriate server address for that user, and then use the set server address script step to point them at the appropriate server. So kind of getting creative there.
Yeah, I'm not very experienced in FileMaker, but this description does make sense. So I guess you could.
Yeah.
And in the meanwhile, it looks like the new binary is accepted, probably. This one is the old one we submitted that had this issue. So we can remove this, right? Okay, that's the one we want, version 2. So now we have to save and then review. And that's a good sign. We just got 2 warnings, not errors. So since these are just warnings, we can ignore them and proceed with this button, Start Rollout to Production. So now you see the status is in review, and we will have to wait, best case scenario, 2 days, worst case scenario, more than 2, probably 3 or 4, or I don't know. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully, we will have something to share on Monday.
Awesome. We do have one question from David Angel on Discord. Holy crap. He wants to know, do you have to buy a certificate, SSL, the same certificate like the one used for websites?
No. The one we created is a self-signed certificate, so you don't need to buy any third-party certificates.
Okay, awesome. Hopefully that answers your question, David. Otherwise, I think we're good. Do you have any questions, Miles?
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I know there's a lot of kind of step through, fill things out, but that's that's what it takes, and they let you know if you miss something.
Yes. If you miss something, they will let you know.
Okay, awesome. In that case, thank you very much, everyone, for coming. You all have an amazing Friday and weekend. Thank you again, Panos, for giving us this in-depth presentation. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Miles, for, of course, your FileMaker additions. So, y'all have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend. Bye.
And the guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap, stands in, throws it left for Amendola, reaches up and snaps a high throw and lands inside the 10, rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.